Hello and welcome. In this technical analysis video, we'll be going through the technical analysis of Gilead Sciences. First, I'll be going through the longer term view by taking a look at the weekly charts. Then we'll be diving into the daily charts to take a look at the medium term view, as well as to identify some of the support resistance and the trend line. Finally, we'll be taking a look at some of the trade setups that's available using trendline breakout strategy. Let's get started. First, we have the weekly chart here. This is to establish the longer term view for Gilead. You can take a look at the left of the chart here. You can see a very nice progression of price, and then this part here is showing how the correction has been taking place. Now, taking a look at this overall price movement, based on a Fibonacci retracement, we can see that the price has settled somewhere around 61.8%. That is a typical retracement of impulsive waves. Now let's take a look at the support and resistance. Using the same chart, here we have two support and resistance levels. First one is right around 63, and the second one is around 85. Here you can see that the price has tried to penetrate this line a few times. Finally, it penetrated with a big push. This is typical of how support and resistance is penetrated and formed, and thereafter the price came down to test this line again, the back test. So the back test held support, so from here the price launched itself higher. Again, you can see another support resistance line here which was tested a few times, and the price currently is trapped within these two support bands. Here we take a look at the daily chart. In this chart, you can see clearly how the correction is been taking place. Here we have some sort of like a ABC correction followed by another ABC here, and a very choppy correction here, followed by again some ABC correction followed by choppy movement. This whole thing looks very corrective. The thing I like to highlight here is that while the price has been making lower lows from here to here to here, you can see that the MACD has been making higher highs. So there is a divergence here, saying which is indicating that there is actually strength in the market, and the MACD has now approached the neutral line from where the price can launch into higher ground, as you have seen what's happening here. Same with the MACD histogram, it has been tapering towards the upside. When we zoom into the same price movement on the hourly chart, there's one thing that I noticed. Here you can see that there's a lot of choppy movement. Initially I thought that this looks like an expanding triangle, A, B, C, D, E, okay, and then price came down, and then here we have another spike up. These two looks very corrective because there's a lot of overlapping waves. However, when you take a look at this movement here, this is the impulsive move. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by corrective wave. Now this is how elite waves work. You have a 5-wave move followed by 3-wave correction. So let's take a look at this chart in more detail to see how the impulse and the corrective waves are taking place. So this is the same 5 waves. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the subwave 3. Then we have wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a very clear-cut impulsive move followed by a corrective pattern here. Typically, corrective patterns takes place in 3 waves, or it could also take place in 7. Here so far we only have 6. So here we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this tells me that there's a 7th wave coming up soon. So now that we have identified impulsive wave followed by corrective wave and the likely 7th wave to form the end of this correction in this trend channel here, and we can label it as wave A. Here we have the 7-wave corrective pattern. So we have which is encapsulated within this trend line in blue here. So this is the 7th wave that I'm expecting next, followed by another final wave down to complete this entire correction. So we have the wave A, B and C, and this wave C nicely sits at the earlier established support and resistance at around 63. Finally, let's take a look at the 15-minute chart to see how a possible trade setup can be established here. So this is the recent sixth wave of the corrective pattern, and here we can see that this corrective pattern has tried to move higher and has been rejected by this red trend line here. So it's been tested once, twice, 3 times, and now the price is sitting right below this trend line. I believe it's trying to make a break to the upside. There could be one more spike down, okay, somewhere around here before it moves higher. So this is a trade strategy that you can look out for. We need to see how the price breaks out from here. I would like to see a spike up, okay, followed by stabilization, and that is where we can place a trade with a target of around 80 and with a stop loss probably just below this level around 73 or so. So I'll be monitoring this trade for the next few days to see whether we can see that spike. So do check back on this channel so that you can get an update on Gilead. See you soon.